On this episode, I sat down with Nunzio Patruno, owner and executive chef of Nunzio Restaurant and Bar here on Hilton Head Island. Nunzio's journey spans kitchens in Italy and Monte Carlo to successful restaurant concepts in the US, and now one of the most sought-after dining experiences in our community. We talk about discipline, passion, entrepreneurship, and the pursuit of excellence, and how pride in your craft can shape the way you define wealth. This is a great conversation. I think you'll enjoy it. And remember, subscribe and follow the podcast for new episodes each week. Welcome, Nunzio. We have Nunzio Patruno here. He's the owner of Nunzio's Restaurant and Bar on Hilton Head Island. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So we always start with the first question is, what was your first job?
My first job, it was work for my father.
Doing?
Farming. We had the vineyard, we had the olive grove, we have a cherry grove, almond.
Very Italian.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
But when I'm from, it's all, used to be all agriculture. And then little by little things change, and, some industry came to the south.
So you're from the south of Italy?
Yes, southeast coast. My hometown is Castellana Grotte. It's a small town, about 20,000.
Like Hilton.
Yeah, very, very agricultural.
Okay.
Everybody was, the people I know, everybody was a farmer,
Mm-hmm. So what did you learn from that first job?
Learn to be humble and to deal with problem with, like a farmer does, deal with nature. So
A lot of problems come up.
another problem come up and it's out of your hand. You have to figure out how to solve them. Yeah. That's it. There's no other way around. You can't fight nature.
And if you don't solve the problem,
You're on
you
your
don't
own.
eat.
You don't live. If you don't solve the problem, it is a problem.
It's interesting you said that because that's a normal thing we hear from business owners and so forth, is that problem solving is a big part of it.
Well, that's the main key of being whatever you do in life.
Yeah.
Whatever the problem, they're going to always come up. You want it or not. And sometimes they're a good problem to have, and sometimes they're a bad problem. So whatever it is, whatever they throw at you, you have to figure out how to solve it.
Agreed.
So if you don't, you'll be miserable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And sometimes you have no choice. Like, if you're not going to eat, then you're not going to eat. So then after that, what did you do? What was your progression? Give me some.
The progression was in my area, in my town. Actually, we had a restaurant, a hotel school, where they prepare to enter the industry. And, a bunch of us, when we in Italy, when you do middle school, it was the requirement when I went to school. At least you have to finish the middle school. Mm-hmm. Then after that, it's up to you to proceed or not. And a lot of people, they went to work doing anything, constructions or small, get back into the farming. And some of us, they went to liceo or they pursue scholastic. They went to technical school. We had a lot of technical school at that time.
Yep.
So a lot of people, they went technical school. And the technical school also, our school, it was considered a technical school. So a couple of my friends, they went to that school. My inclination, it was art. So I was good in painting and drawing. And so one of my teachers suggested I go to high school. My father was very excited. Oh, my son is going to become an artist.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, Michelangelo. So the only problem, the school, it was in Bari, and we were like 40 kilometers away from Bari. So it was really difficult to go to school. I have to get on the train. I have to go we live in the countryside. So from the farm, I have to go to the train station. And from the train station, I have to jump on the train and go to Bari, and then walk maybe another mile to go to Liceo Artistico. Anyway, my father decided to take a day off and took me to the school to register me. We went from the town, we went to the town train station, we got on the train, we went to Bari, then we walked this mile, and then we finally get to school, and they give me the curriculum. And I read very quickly the curriculum. I said, philosophy, mathematics, this and that. I said, I came here to be an artist.
Yeah.
And I was only, 15 years old. Right there, I said, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I said, it's too much for me. I said to my father, at what time am I going to get up in the morning? 5 o'clock in the morning, then I have to jump on my moped, go to the train station, then do another 1 hour train ride. I have no more time for myself.
Yeah.
I used to play soccer, do this and that. I have no more time for myself. I said, I don't want to sign up. My father was so pissed. Oh my God. You make me lose 1 day of work, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to go to school, you go to work. I said, yeah, I go to work.
Okay.
So I just skipped 1 year of school and I found myself a job because I don't want to work with my father.
Yep.
It was impossible. It was always aggravated, And that was at that age when, what I'm saying, you start to become more adult and
independent.
And you start to argue with your father.
Of course.
It's not like now, the kids, we were 15, 16. I think we were already men.
Agreed. It was different.
At that time, we grew up faster, and so we started making decisions, and also controversial against your father, and especially on the South. The father,
they didn't like that.
No, they don't work for that. It was just
you do as you say.
Yeah, and I was the only rebellious in the family. I was really against, whatever. My father would say red, I would say black. It was like, so it was always. So.
Do your kids do that now? Do you have kids?
Yeah, they do that. I'm more mellow.
Are they giving you what you gave your dad?
Nah, okay. I don't think I did that.
Okay.
I want to avoid that.
Okay.
So my father said, you don't go to school, you go to work. I said, okay, no problem. I go to work. Oh, I found myself a job.
Do what?
Farming. Gardening.
Gardening, okay.
Not the gardening, but I went to work for these 2 ladies. They had this beautiful piece of land, and they grow everything from celery to broccoli wrap, cabbage, all seasonal stuff. So I worked with them all year. So it was very enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. So because, we start from seeding to harvesting, So, and it was like a small farm, but we grew everything from everything for the produce,
Mm-hmm.
And then they would sell it to the local stuff. So I learned a lot of other stuff because we were more tree farmer. We had the vineyard, we had the trees and this and that. This it was more trees. We had everything: fig tree, cherry tree, name it. We had everything: peach, plums. South Italy, everything goes. The land is so fertile, so rich. They need the only thing water. So only thing we need is water. Yeah. The rest, the nature does the job. Before, not now.
Yeah.
Now it's all changed. It's all chemical. They destroy everything. So nothing. I went over there. I work. I enjoy myself to this and that. And then at the end of the summer, I catch up with a couple of my friends. They went to school, the hotel school, and they got a job somewhere else. One of my friends, he went to work in Venice. Another one, he went to work in Italian Riviera, whatever they call it. Another one went to work in Rimini, where is all the beaches, this and that. So they came up with, oh my God, experience, And me, I was left into the farm. I said, I don't like it. I said, I don't like it, And a friend of mine said, you have to come to school, then we can go travel the world, blah, blah, blah. So my father, he rejected that idea. He said, oh, you're going to go to hotel school, you're going to be a servant. You're going to be a servant, Mm-hmm. He was against that, So because my father...
So did you do it anyway?
Well, I needed the signature from my parents because I was a minor. So I went to school and I forged the signature. My mother's signature. I forged the signature.
You got it done.
Yeah, I got done. Then I went and I told my mother, not my father. And somehow my mother, of course, talked to my father and said, don't bother him. And like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. I went to school. My father never said a word,
And get yelled at by your mom, that's why.
Yeah, most probably, because my mom, she was really a tough one. And I proceeded, for the school. I got my first job, of course, outside my region, And it was my start,
No.
And, I was like 16 years old. But before that, I got at 14 already, I had another job in a restaurant in my town, where it was like I did prepping, But that was my first job at the restaurant, besides work for my father. One of those situations where my father yelled at me. I said, okay, I don't find a job, So I found myself a job, 14 years old. I went to work in this bar, restaurant, and I did all the prepping. I worked there for 2 weeks in August. And then I wanted the day off, the 15th of August. The 15th of August in Italy is like the big summer celebration. Everybody takes off. So I promised a couple of my friends, we're going to go to the beach, we're going to go swimming, this and that. We're going to go fishing, some sea urchin, blah, blah, blah. So I asked the owner, so I can get the day off the 15th of August. That's the busiest day of.
Yeah, of course not.
He said, no. I said, no. What you mean, no? You don't give me a day off, I'm going to quit. And I quit.
You were a rebel. You're a rebel.
Well, don't give me the day off. When I ask you, so probably. So I quit.
Well, what do you do when people ask you for a day off?
I try to, I'm not that, sometimes what I do now, I give a day off and I go to work.
Okay. Now, do you think doing the farming and part of the working the restaurant helped you with wanting to know that you want to own a restaurant yourself and restaurants?
At the beginning, it was not my intention. At the beginning, I want experience, I want to travel and see, the world.
Yep.
We go to school for the winter, and then we finish early to start the summer job, and we receive a contract. I remember this chef came from Sardinia. They used to manage this big hotel built by the Aga Khan. Is big complex from the 60s when they started to do this all-inclusive.
Yep.
So, and this chef used to come down to the school and at least take 15 kids, So
you learn a lot that way.
Yeah, so you have this experience to go and being also in some of us that we went to the big city, Rome, Milano, Venice, and then we did the 3 years that way. So you see 3 years school, so you get 3 working experience. Mm-hmm. And I would say 99% of us, we took the job.
Yeah, that's great.
So we were hungry to see the world, hungry to make money, hungry to find some kind of independence, the independent from the family. So that's what it was, the idea, and to me, the school I went, it gave me that opportunity.
It's clear.
So it gave me the foundation. It basically, they launched me into
it's great.
Where I am now. So by the time I was 25, I had a nice bank account, I had almost $40,000 in the bank. Then at that time, this group we were all Italian. Yeah, everybody started to branch out, Oh, yeah, I want to do something, I want to open up a small restaurant, to launch myself into the business. I started talking to my friend. So I talked to one of my friends, who was a waiter. I said, oh, Gianni, we should do something, And at that time, it was the model, The model was, they say, one in the kitchen, one on the front, a big partner with no experience in business, but just the idea to do something, So at that time, it was very easy to come to America. You do $10,000 investment, they give you a visa, they give you a green card, blah, blah, blah. Not like now. These people, they missing the boat. So all this group of Italian, they came to America on these visas, and they open up a pizzeria, but they were not pizza people. They work in hotel, a luxury hotel, so they don't know anything about so their goal was to open up a restaurant, but they miss a chef. So, of course, they connect with me. 3 o'clock in the morning, after we went out to clubbing, because that's what we used to do. We used to clubbing, okay? Not like you guys over here.
That's a whole nother conversation.
We were a disco era. So we clubbing And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, having after cup of beer, we started. So they introduced me. Oh, this guy from America, they came over here. Said, why don't, instead to open up a restaurant over here, why don't you go to America? Like that. So, and we started the conversation.
How did you open up the restaurant here? Is that what happened? So you came straight to here, or you went somewhere else? I'd like to know about the Nunzio's here.
No, we ended up in Philadelphia.
Okay. And then,
So in Philadelphia, we opened up our first restaurant in 1982. And the restaurant, it was 2 floors, but we did the first floor as a restaurant because we don't have the money. And then at the second floor, we opened up a nightclub.
okay.
And we tried to merge like a sister nightclub with the one in Monte Carlo. Even so, we don't have the money, but we did it anyway. We became very successful, but, we had a lot of debt to pay. So, but we keep paying the debt. We never saw a penny for at least 5 years. Then we opened up another restaurant, more casual. Then we opened up another restaurant. So we opened up altogether, we opened up 5 restaurants.
That's impressive.
And then we opened up in a club. We were running 5 restaurants in a club. So we really became a powerhouse in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then at one point, we all split, after the Italian saga.
Yeah.
And then I went on my own.
And when did you come here?
Before that, I went to Jersey and I opened up a restaurant on my own. So we stayed there 18 years. And then I came to South Carolina. South Carolina, I had a friend. He used to be my sous chef in Philadelphia. One day, he was kind of stressed out, this guy. I don't make no money. So I decided to open up a restaurant
Okay.
over here.
And that's how it happened. Okay.
That's I opened up Ombra
Okay.
with this guy. And I went back to New Jersey. And then I started to contemplating having another restaurant on the south. Then when I came back to South Carolina, so my wife, I went around and around and around my wife's head. After 2 months, she said yes.
All right. Well, you're going to have to teach me how you did that. So I've been married 25 plus years.
There's a lot of,
I haven't figured that out.
A lot of moving parts,
Listen, I'm gonna sit down with you after this, and I'm gonna ask that question. But I also want to finish off with, because this is about defining wealth beyond the numbers, right? So how do you think your definition of wealth has evolved or changed or not from when you first started working on the farm to now?
It just was an evolution, a gradual evolution. Everything comes gradually. You just keep doing the right things, and
Consistency.
Constant, and then things, they will come to you. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is you have to be ready to grab.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes the train passing by and you're not able to jump on, and you need to be there at the right time. I don't consider myself better than anybody else, but sometimes you see an opportunity, you have to see and believe on that opportunity can be the right.
And take a risk.
Yeah.
In life, sometimes you take risks.
Yeah, you take a risk, and sometimes you fail.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean you fail. You just no good.
You learn.
Yeah, you learn that lesson, and then say, okay, I'm gonna make the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, you always have to do better every time. So that's the only thing. For me, that's what it was. Yeah. And each operation we did, it was a little bit better. We got better at to do it because you have the experience, and you get better. We got better. And now we at this moment we are in this. I'm getting a little bit tired.
Okay.
Is a shortage of staff.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's the only thing I can complain is a shortage of staff, and I can find nobody to work.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's tough nowadays.
And then because of we have this type of politics, I don't really agree with everything that's going on. Because I'm an immigrant. And I believe this country was built on immigrants. Sometimes when you want to grow, you need somebody, like an engineering or something from somewhere else, where he's hungry.
It's a different perspective. And by the way, that's all. That might be. I might invite you back to have a whole conversation on that. But for time-wise, I'm gonna thank you for coming. It's been great having you, and I can't wait to go back to your restaurant.
Very good.
Yeah.